Hi everyone, welcome to Difference Frames the World, an independent channel where you can see the world from a different angle in our daily uploaded videos. Today, we discuss the shocking killing of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, on December 4, 2024. After the unexpected assassination, many companies are closing headquarters, removing executives' photographs from their websites, and increasing security for key leaders. Medica, another health insurer, has decided to shut down its headquarters in Minnetonka, Minnesota, just to be safe, according to its spokesperson. CVS and some other healthcare companies have taken down photos of their CEOs and top executives from their websites after Thompson was killed early Wednesday morning outside a hotel in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. The police are still on the hunt for the shooter right now. This whole situation has sparked a wave of anger and frustration online, not because of the assassination of the top executive, but for medical claims getting denied. It's shining a light on the deep anger many Americans feel towards the complicated and often confusing health insurance industry. The United Healthcare is America's biggest healthcare insurer. Its CEO, Brian Thompson's sudden death has become a rallying point for people who are upset about denied medical claims and poor coverage. The United Health Group posted on Facebook expressing sadness over Thompson's death, and the post got over 62,000 reactions, with lots of folks responding with laughing emojis, pretty telling of how fed up people are with the industry. After this shocking event, New York police started investigating the case, believing it was a targeted shooting. A statement from Thompson's widow says he had received some threats related to a lack of coverage, though details are still pretty unclear, showing the CEO had been targeted long before the murder. The shocking assassination is a wake-up call about the huge amounts companies spend each year to keep their top executives safe, especially with all the heated debates around healthcare access and costs. It's pretty unsettling that shell casings from the scene had words like depose and delay on them, leading investigators to look into any ties with Delay Deny Defend, a book that's critical of insurance industry practices. A survey from June 2023 by KFF, Kaiser Family Foundation, showed that most insured adults in the U.S. dealt with at least one major issue with their health insurance in 2022, with claim denials being a big one. After Brian Thompson's death sparked outrage on social media, big health insurer groups tried addressing public concerns, but ended up facing even more criticism. United Healthcare put out a statement saying they're all enduring this tough time. They're focusing on supporting Thompson's grieving family, and employee safety is their top priority. At the same time, they are working closely with law enforcement to bring the attacker to justice. On the flip side, other insurers decided not to comment publicly on what's happening. As conversations heat up online and frustrations spill over in public spaces after these events, especially after some responses seen as insensitive, the call for real change in America's healthcare system feels more urgent than ever. Right after the sad news about Thompson's passing hit, people flooded social media to vent their frustrations with United Healthcare and other insurance companies. It's a big issue that hits home for many Americans. One post on X, formerly Twitter, struck a chord, getting over 70,000 likes. The user shared a tough story: United Healthcare canceled my surgery 2 days before it was set. I was in tears at the hospital finance office when I should have been prepping for surgery. This shows how stressful dealing with health issues can be, especially when insurance red tape gets in the way of compassion. She mentioned her mom was on her way to support her, a reminder that these denials affect more than just one person's struggle. My surgeon spent hours fighting my case with United instead of caring for other patients, she added. Despite everything, she pushed through but described it all as torture, capturing both her physical and emotional pain. Another person jumped in with her own tough experience with another insurer about the denial of her breast cancer case. Although her request got the green light, she found it pretty messed up that any patient in dire situations has to deal with delays or denials for essential treatments. A report from the Commonwealth Fund, released on January 2023, highlights some pretty concerning stuff about the U.S. healthcare system. Even though the U.S. spends more on healthcare than other wealthy countries, it has the lowest life expectancy at birth and a high rate of people dealing with multiple chronic diseases. Plus, compared to similar nations, the U.S. tops the charts for deaths from avoidable or treatable causes, and has high maternal and infant death rates. A Gallup survey conducted in August 2024 shows over 50% of Americans hold a negative view of U.S. health industry. Brian Thompson's untimely death was called by the authorities as a premeditated targeted attack. Bullet casings discovered at the scene had some inscriptions. They were marked with the words deny, defend, and depose. This could be a nod to a book talking about insurers denying claims. It makes you wonder if there's a deeper meaning behind those specific words, or if they were meant to send a message, hinting at the complexities and battles that unfold when dealing with insurance companies and claims. Americans and their doctors often hit roadblocks trying to get necessary treatments approved or fighting unfair denials from insurers. Even though a 2023 KFF survey showed 81% of insured adults think their health insurance is excellent or good, nearly 1 in 5 insured adults had claims denied within a year. Those on job-based plans or Affordable Care Act policies face this issue almost twice as much as those on Medicare or Medicaid. This growing frustration with insurers shows a bigger societal gripe about putting profits over patient care, a problem needing urgent fixes, so no one has to suffer unnecessarily when they're sick. Security experts are examining the unsettling link between shell casing fines and practices in the healthcare industry, especially with health insurers, who often put strict measures in place that make it hard for the insured to get necessary medical care, using tactics like claim denials and prior authorizations to cut out what they see as unnecessary treatments to boost their profits. As these practices grow, they rely more on advanced AI tech that complicates things even worse, leaving patients and healthcare providers feeling frustrated and powerless. Take the class action lawsuit happening in Minnesota against United Healthcare as an example. The lawsuit claims United Healthcare is relying more on AI systems than on qualified medical professionals to decide whether elderly patients get care or not. Shockingly, over 90% of these denials are overturned when appealed internally or reviewed by an administrative law judge, raising big questions about how fair and accurate their decisions are. It is worth mentioning that Brian Thompson, the assassinated CEO, was a top executive of the insurance company involved in the class action lawsuit mentioned above. Public information shows Brian Thompson's net worth was pegged at about $42.9 million as of February 16, 2024, according to Wallmine. In 2023, United Health Group, the parent company of United Healthcare, pulled in about $359 billion in total revenue. They're not just one of the top 10 biggest companies globally, but also the largest healthcare insurance company in the United States. ProPublica, a nonprofit investigative journalism organization in New York City, has uncovered some shady tactics used by United Healthcare, like hiding important medical reports within complicated bureaucratic processes or leaning heavily on recommendations from doctors who are paid by the company itself. The data from various sources has painted a worrying picture. A survey by the Kaiser Family Foundation found that about 25% of people whose claims were denied faced big delays in getting important care or couldn't access it at all, which affected their health physically and mentally. A recent Commonwealth Fund survey showed that around 80% of adults are worried about possible delays in getting necessary medical services because of insurance issues. Interestingly, only 43% decided to challenge their insurer's denial decisions, often because they weren't sure about their rights or just didn't have the time. For those who did appeal, they had success half the time with getting their needed care approved. Medicare Advantage plans, like those from United Healthcare, have been under fire from regulators for denying claims even when requests meet Medicare rules. Annual audits keep showing ongoing problems with claim denials across different plans, a concerning trend since there's a strong profit motive for these plans to deny services, as they get fixed payments per patient no matter how much care is provided. Most alarmingly, between 2020 and 2022 alone, United Healthcare more than doubled its denial rate for post-hospital stay care using machine-assisted tech. Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal summed up this crisis last October by saying, despite alarm and criticism regarding abuses, insurers continue denying vulnerable seniors care, simply to make more money. This ongoing trend raises serious questions about whether America's health system values profits over patient welfare. Of particular note, the police has found the suspect's unmasked face after running through surveillance cameras footage, but the killer is still at large. Some wonder if ordinary Americans are unwilling to tell him out even if they locate him on the streets, picturing him as a hero instead of a killer. Please put your comments below so other viewers can benefit from your insights. Thanks for watching our videos, and please subscribe to our channel if you have not done that so you will not miss our uploads every day. Like, forward and share our videos with your friends, helping DFTW become a club with 1 million, not 100,000 subscribers shortly. At present, we have 85,000 subs, and we rely on you to grow it bigger.